Grand rising, powerful beings, grand rising, powerful beings. Today I'm going to be talking about powerful, holistic habits that will transform your life. Listen, a lot of people think that they need to focus on building their life when they need to focus on building the habits that's going to build their life. The habits that you build are also building you. So when you build the correct habits, those habits almost like build your life by osmosis. So basically, focus on building certain habits, and then you're gonna find those habits building what you want. A lot of things I'm doing now are so habitual that I don't even have to think twice about it, y'all. I just get up and I just do it effortlessly because I cultivated and built a habit. So I'm gonna be sharing with you the holistic habits that's gonna transform your health, your mind, your business, your branding, your relationships, mindset. These are just some simple things that if you do every day, is going to be very, very effective. So keep tapping in with me on this episode of Ed Talks Daily. Let's get it. Okay, so the habits that you build are also building you. What does that mean? That means that what you do consistently eventually is going to consist of the results you get. Yo, this is a podcast, by the way. This is Ed Talks Daily. If you've been tapping into this for a while and you're listening at edtalksdaily.com, make sure you subscribe to it on your favorite podcast app. Go leave a review. Tell me what you think about it because, of course, it is powerful. Now, if you are an avid listener, I want you to just text Ed Talks to 561-510-9605. Before we got started today, I sent out a text to the text tribe, and basically they got first announcements. Yo, I'm going live. So they get to see the episode before it even gets uploaded to the audio platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. So you want to make sure you text Ed Talks to 561-510-9605. And the reason why you want to do that is I'm not only going to give you reminders for the live recordings of the show, but I'm also going to I'm going to send you quotes. I'm going to send you encouragement, motivation, breathing videos. So I'm just going to pretty much stay in your corner. I'm going to let you know whatever that I have going on, okay? So if you want to join, if you want to get in part of the text messaging tribe, make sure you text Ed Talks to 561-510-9605, okay? So once again, let's get back to the subject that we were talking about before. All right, so what are holistic habits? Now, we have regular habits, and then we got holistic ones. Yo, somebody says, what are the regular habits? Okay, habits are habits. Just because I put a word holistic in front of it doesn't make it more special, but it makes it more whole. Some people, they only focus on specific habits because they want to achieve a result. So they have a problem solution mentality for habit creation. So most people have a problem solution mentality for habit creation rather than a lifestyle creation out of your habits. Somebody said, back up a little bit, buddy. Let's back up. Here's what I mean. People create certain habits because they want to escape a certain thing or they want to not deal with this certain pain, but they don't actively create habits because they want to create a certain life. So when you actively create habits to create a certain life because you say everything matters, everything affects everything else, you are looking at it from a holistic lens. So you're not a crisis manager, which means you don't wait for the crisis to come in order for you to do something. You're doing something to prevent the crisis. So you build certain habits that keep your mind sound, your body sound, your relationship sound, your business running, and your brand popping, etc. So what I mean by that is the habits you build are also building you. So why don't you intentionally build them rather than you just subconsciously relive them? You want me to go back a little bit? Intentionally build your habits and don't subconsciously recreate them. Some of you, you're like, this is just the way I'm at. No, this is just the way you've been habitually. And the moment you say, hey, my habits are not me, my habits are just a way I've let myself be long enough that it started to look like me, then you can transform it. You have to say, my habits are not me, it's just a way I've let myself to be, and now I'm transforming it because I am taking back my habits and I'm creating those habits to build me. So now, instead of just waking up without thinking about what's in your mind and your mental health, you say, hey, I'm not going to wait till I get to work to get an anxiety attack. Before I even go to work, I'm going to enhance my vitality, right? So we play more offense when we're looking at holistic habits, because you say, hey, did I breathe today? Did I self-massage today? Did I move today? Did I check on myself today? What did I do today to ensure that I'm in a good place and a good peace of mind? So you cultivate certain habits, not because there's a problem you're attacking, but because you understand life in itself is something that you have to have a certain energy for. And because you know that, you say, I'm going to create certain habits that can build me so I can be in defense against everything else. So somebody says like, yo, what if I started with a habit of just eating one vegetable a day or a fruit a day? Somebody says an apple a day, keep the doctor away. Now guess what? By starting a habit one day, you don't get the result right away. This is why most people don't stick to the habit, because they don't see the result right away. But guess what? The same way you don't see the result right away of constructive habits is the same way you won't see the results right away of destructive habits. So this means that if the constructive habits, the results won't come right away, you're going to feel a lot of it, you're going to experience a lot of it, but exactly what you want in that moment is not always going to come right away. It's the same thing with the destructive habits. So somebody says like, yo, I don't want to do this positive thing because it takes this amount of weeks for me to look like that or be like that or lose the weight or release my anxiety or get from this depressive state. You're like, it's going to take me too long. Well, how long is it going to take you if you don't do it? Somebody says it's going to take me I'm going to be 30 if I go back to school, and I'm 26, I'm going to be 30. Hey, listen, if you still don't go to school, you still going to be 30 in 4 years. So what I'm saying is, whether you do it or you don't do it, something's going to take place of the doing. Whether you construct your life or you let your life be a replaying of the past, something is going to happen. So it is the pain of doing or the pain of not doing. The pain of doing at least builds muscle. The pain of not doing destroys the muscle. So building holistic habits is about working on your muscle. This is a muscle. This is a mindset. It's a mentality. So you say, hey, I understand that I don't operate because I'm getting a result. I operate because my life is the result. I create certain habits because I understand their importance. So you're like, yo, what are the habits that's going to transform my life? The mentality of why you should create the habit is the number one part of transforming it. So you're like, I have to switch the way I look at habits? Yes. And you have to call them habits. What's up, Cassie? You can't just say, oh, I have a habit. Like, you can't just say, I do. It's a habit. Okay. So you want to analyze your habits. So first we understand that whether or not you consciously build habits, you're going to subconsciously relive them. So you might as well consciously build them. So you say, okay, I'm going to consciously build them. I'm not just going to build them because I'm going to get a result. I'm going to build them because of what it will make of me to build them. So you're like, what are some habits I can add into my life? The first major habit that you can add into your life is the habit of learning. Somebody said, I heard that 1,000 times. But not just learning what they want you to learn, but learning what you need to learn. One major habit that you can have that will transform your life more than any other habits is to become a serious student. Somebody said, become a serious student? Are you Jim Rohn? I'm not. But when he said that, become a serious student, I really took that to heart. Most people think becoming a serious student is about passing them tests, getting good grades in school. No, becoming a serious student is understanding that life is the school and you are the teacher and the student. And your problems, your experiences, all of these things are teaching you. And there are also resources to help you learn. Some of you are watching or you're listening to this podcast. By listening or watching this podcast, you are a serious student. And you're like, what do I mean? You are putting things into your conscious mind, tools for you to be able to build. So the number one habit that's going to transform your life is for you to say, hey, I am a learner. You want to be an earner, be a learner. All right, so what do I mean by that? You got to learn constantly, every day, all day, every day. Put something positive in your ear. Now, somebody said, I know this already. Well, okay, let me remind you. Because the more you listen to these things, the more your brain is going to start to wire differently. Neurons that fire together, wire together. This is a major part of habit building. I want you to remember this. Now, I'm giving you some of this insight. I want you to remember this. Neurons that fire together, wire together. So that means that throughout the day, when you are putting these things in your mind, you think, oh, I'm just listening to something positive, but you're actually reconstructing the neural pathways in your brain because you're actually putting in new beliefs. You are now seeing new possibilities. As you hear this, your brain is building new neural pathways. Now you're getting new neural connection, and now your mood is transforming, your energy is transforming, and you're like, hey, yo, I ought to transform. So you're like, the reason why you want to listen is because you build new neural pathways, which is a major part of habit building. So listening to the habit is just as effective as doing the habit. Not as effective, but it is effective. So you're like, yo, hearing the habit is just as effective. Imagine if you heard movement is going to help you reduce inflammation. Movement is going to help you increase the serotonin in your gut, which is going to help you feel good and beat depressions on the neck. It says if movement is going to help you reverse certain diseases. Imagine if you heard that so many times, along with the education on how to move, how to breathe, and how to heal, how it all works. Your mind starts to build all these connections, and it's going to start to ask you, why are you not moving? And when you ask yourself, I'm feeling like this, I feel like this, your mind is going to come up to you and say, like, come on, you know what to do. You know how to do it. Why are you not doing it? So now you are pulled to the habit. So you're like, before you build the habits, listen to those habits. You're like, yo, what are some resources? I better tell you this. I done became such a serious student, now I became a teacher. So I put all of the stuff that I've learned along the way that I'm still learning into a podcast. And you're happy to be listening to it right now at talksdaily.com. So it's a very effective way of learning, of growing, of becoming, of putting in these new thoughts in your mind. But there are plenty of books, there are ebooks, there are audio books, there are all sorts of things that's going to help you transform the way you look at life and the way you look at the possibilities. So habit number one is to be a serious student. Learn as much as you can. Hear, listen, read, attend. Okay? So a lot of people, they just passively listen. They don't actively engage. So they don't get in rooms that for transformation, they just listen to inspiration in their room. There's nothing wrong with the other. I told you it's very important to do it, but you have to do a mixture of both because there's something in the environment. There's something in when you place yourself around certain energies and when you get your body into it, that you feel the epiphanies. You get the epiphanies. The transformation happens when you are in a room, when you show up to the conference, when you show up to the retreat, when you show up to the class. So most people, they don't show up. What they do is they simply consume. And part transformation is not just listening, but it's acting. So then the next step, one of the major habits that you want to do is not just become a serious student and learning and consuming passively, but in learning and applying actively. So this looks like after you learn something, you apply. So create a habit of application after the learning. Create a habit of getting in the room to apply. So create a habit of spending your money on things that's going to help you get better so you don't have to spend as much time learning the curve. So you get in the room, so you say, hey, one major thing I've been trying to do for my life is learn how to move, eat healthy. You're doing all of this extra research on the internet, you're getting all these different things, and you just, I don't know how to start. That's the problem. You're trying to spend so much time trying to do it off, like get all the free resources, which is very resourceful, when you can actually say, hey, why don't I find somebody who did this before and actually learn from them so I could close the gap? That's the smart way. You want to also learn how to close the gap in your learning process by hiring somebody who did it before, right? Because that closes the gap. Because now you don't have to go find all of the steps. All the steps are like right there, and you're like, okay, from that I'll build that as a foundation. So now I'm able to then discover my steps. Then now I'm able to figure out different things. But now I have a good solid foundation. So most of us, we never get started because we're not grounded. And we're not grounded because we're too busy looking everywhere. And we're never focused on one thing long enough to master it. So I'm asking you to focus on one thing, one procedure, one way of doing something long enough to master it. And then that will give you enough insight that will, then you could branch out more. And that doesn't mean you stop learning when you just, so what am I talking about? One of the major habits you can have is to learn how to pay for the resources that are going to elevate you to the next level. Not just learning and consuming, but learning how to pay for the resources that are going to get you to the next level. So a lot of people, they bought Jordans, purses, they went to clubs, they took vacations, but they never paid for a workshop. They never went to a seminar. They never went to a retreat. They haven't even stepped into a yoga class or something. But they invest in everything else, but then they complain about the back pain. But they complain about being overweight. But they complain about anxiety. They complain about stress. They complain about their business not growing to the level that they want. They complain about the marketing, the branding. You have not invested your money one time in a workshop, seminar, course of somebody who did it 10, 20 years. In fact, you didn't even take $10, $20 to buy a book. Like, yo, you want to go to the next level, and you telling me, like, brother, sister, you can't purchase a book? Like, come on now. Like you say, audiobook is too much. Yo, that's not going to help you build certain habits, because part of building habits is that you want to know what to do. You want to know how to do it. You don't want to know why to do it. The information is what gets you that. But to close the gap, you hire to save you time. So that's why I've accumulated knowledge and resources in resourceful ways. And I've packaged them up, organized them, and I put them in my community, the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe, y'all. And I legit said, like, yo, why should it make it hard for people to figure out what to do? Oh, this is our morning routine. This is how you do the evening routine. I've then organized it. So that's a resource. Okay, so that leads right to the next thing, which says, like, hey, not only do you want to be a serious student, and then you want to pay to learn more so that you can apply faster, closing the gap, but you want to put all of those, one of the major things that you want to do is having the habit of rising intentionally. Okay? Having the habit of rising intentionally. Most people rise sporadically and not intentionally, which means they get up and they just like, oh, okay, what I got to do today? Right? They didn't even check to see where they're at. So before they even get started, they didn't check on themselves, so they wreck themselves. So what I'm saying is this. I am saying that you want to start to build certain habits that's going to build you, but at the same time, you want to build a routine that's going to build the day. So a major habit is waking up intentionally. You're like, how does that look like? It looks like a holistic routine. So you're like, what are the holistic habits in the holistic routine? So I then talked about 3 major habits, but in the third habit are mini habits. And these are the next and final few habits I'm going to share with you. The habit of checking in with yourself, self-analysis, and that can look like sitting down, breathing. That can look like sitting down, journaling. The habit of checking in with yourself. The habit of programming or rewiring your subconscious mind through your vision statement of what you want to create and how you want to create your life. So listening to the vision statement first thing in the rising. So right when you wake up, you have an audio of how your life is going to look like in the next 5 years, and you listen to it. The habit of listening to your vision statement. The habit of listening to yourself through journaling and meditation. The habit of actual meditation. Breathing, right? Breathing exercise to get your mind still. Now, if you can add the breathing with the movement, then you've now transformed your life. You're like, what do I mean by that? I teach something called Qigong. Now, most people have hard time meditating, breathing, exercising, moving, healing. And I teach you a healing practice that combines the self-massage, the breathing, the affirmation, all of that together. So if you want to find a holistic practice, so this is a holistic practice, you want to try Qigong. Okay, Qigong is one of the best ways to get a peace of mind, prevent disease, and have certain habits that's going to transform your life forever. So what did I just say? I said check in on yourself through journaling, sitting still, put into your mind the life you want to create through vision statement. Then I said mindfully move, mindfully breathe, and I recommend Qigong. And I teach that every day in a Holistic Lifestyle Tribe during our Rise and Prime gathering that you can find at holisticlifestyletribe.com. So now, you're like, okay, what else? In your journaling, it's not just checking in yourself. You want to plan. So those are habits. The habit of journaling is the habit of planning, the habit of foresighting, the habit of many different things, of checking in with yourself, the habit of affirmation. So you're like, what's another habit that's going to transform your life? Affirmation. Most people, they speak death to their life every day. Like, I suck. Like, look, I failed yesterday. Look, I gave up on that client. Oh, I didn't get that. I didn't close that deal. Listen, I need you to start to wake up so powerfully that you walk and the birds are inspired. They're like, who is this person walking? Why are they walking so strong and powerful and certain? Because he done spoke life. Look, life and death is in the tongue. So every day wake up and speak life into your life. I need you to say some powerful I am affirmation. I need you to look yourself in the mirror, and if you felt like a sheep, if you felt weak, you need to turn yourself into a lion with your words. And the way that you do that is you want to dig in deep in the solar plexus, deep in your diaphragm. Most people, they don't speak with power and conviction because they're barely using the full power of their breath. So what you want to do is you want to affirm, man. You want to have affirmations that you do. Guess what? That's what we do every day in the Rising Prime. That's what we do every day in the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. Basically a program to help give you the blueprint of certain habits you can build as we help you build them. So I'm saying this, you want to affirm into your life. Listen, I said today, I was like, yo, movement is my #1 medicine. Movement is my #1 medicine. Movement is my #1 medicine. And you got to believe it when you say it. You got to feel it. Look, it's the process, man. So we're like, yo, affirmations, like so simple. And the last one, which is included in the routine that you do first thing in the rising, make your rising routine important, is personal development. And if you created the habit of being a continuous learner, you would have already personally developed. So that means you want to become a serious student. So now what you're doing is you have a study guide, you're listening to something early, you're reading a book, you're learning from your own stuff. So every single day you have not went a day without learning. Okay? Every single day. So you're like, yo, that is simple. So your rising routine, make that a priority. What are some more holistic habits before we close this off? You want to be a juicer. You're like, be a juicer? What do I mean? There's a holistic tool called a juicer. A holistic tool is a tool that helps you progress in your holistic lifestyle. And the juicer is one of those holistic tools. So you're like, yo, you mean to tell me having a holistic habit of juicing can transform my life? Whew, to the max. First of all, you're going to get so much nutrients in the rising. Your digestive system is going to get a chance to replenish every time because you're going to be doing some intermittent fasting. And that's going to be so effective in helping you transform your life. So if you have not checked out my Amazon shop page and got you a juicer, I have recommendation of centrifugal juicers, which are slow masticating juicer, not centrifugal. Slow masticating, which means that it's at slower speed and extracts more nutrients. So just go to amazon.shop.com/shop/the Holistic Motivator, or just click the link in my bio. All right, you're gonna say shop from my Amazon, get yourself a juicer. That's a holistic tool that's gonna transform your life. So you're like, yo, get a juicer and start juicing. Yes. All right. What's another habit? Gourmet salad making. Learn how to make gourmet salads, right? Most people, they don't know how to make gourmet salads, and they make boring ones. They get iceberg lettuce and some old school stuff that ain't nothing fun. It ain't fun, and you wondering why you're not sticking to it. You're not sticking to it because it sucks. It's boring. Okay? So you need to learn how to make yourself a gourmet salad. All right? Now, I'm not gonna teach you this in the episodes. This is why I have a community with these recipes for you, right? So you're like, yo, what else can I do? So you said, get the holistic tool, a juicer, get another holistic tool, salad scissors. And learn how to make you some nut meat pestos. Gonna make your salad amazing. And if you wanna know a salad recipe, text salad to this number. I actually have the gourmet salad for you. I lied to you. I actually have it. I have some secrets. So my text number has some secret codes. And these secret codes are secret words that once you text them, you get a freebie. Yeah, I didn't know that. So text salad to my number and you're gonna get a recipe. So you watching this and you're like, yo, you listen to this, you're like, man, I know I need to learn how to make that gourmet salad, man. That's a holistic habit I need, because I need more raw food in my diet, and I need to learn how to do that. All right, your boy got you, okay? So because you're a loyal podcast listener, I'm gonna actually give you free recipe. And it's gonna come right automatically. So you just gotta make sure you text salad. If you already opt in, you will automatically get it, right? But if you didn't opt in, you have to opt in first. So text salad to 561-510-9605, all right? So that way you can get access to the salad recipe. So what's another holistic tool that you can use for your salad making? Salad scissor. Yo, most people, they don't blend. They salad is so boring, but they said, man, the salad is not that good. That's because you tasting the lettuce and you're not tasting everything mixing together. So this beautiful salad scissor, which I have one, I don't have it on me right now. Yo, whew, transformative, because it mixes in the flavor, right? Most people, they use boring dressing like ranch or Italian. There's the secret dressings that you can do with all types of oils and vinegars and mix them up. And one of the secret ingredients is curry powder and pesto, right? You want to know more details, text salad to that number. So that's a habit right there, creating gourmet salad. What's another holistic habit that's going to transform your life? Being out here in nature, baby. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Shout out to Ralph Smart. Actually inspired me to start making videos outside. So when I started gardening, my aura shifted to the max, man. When I started being outdoors, my energy, like when I'm out here, y'all, I am at peace. And if you want to come meditate with me here, holla at me if you're in Florida. Holla at me, come meditate with me in my crib. So like, yo, it is beautiful. So you want to get your butt in nature, all right? Shout out to Infinite Waters. Get your butt in nature, baby. So you really want to get outside. You want to ground. There's something called post-electromagnetic field from the earth, and it helps your blood flow. So you want to walk around barefoot, do some walking meditation outdoors. Make the beach your friend. Make the park your friend. People are so bougie, bad and bougie, that your life is staying bad. Come on, man. Stop being so bougie. Talking about, I'm scared of worms. Come on, man. Get outside. Get your butt outside. All right, so go for outdoors. All right, so those were some very powerful holistic habits that you can adopt. So let me give you a quick review before we close. And so far, it has been really powerful. So one of the major things that I talked about is why having a holistic habit. Not a habit that you create in response to going away from pain, right? And we have to understand that whether or not you consciously build habits, you will be subconsciously building them. And then those habits will be building you. So you might as well take the driver's seat of your habits so you can take the driver's seat of your life. So I'm saying it's either you subconsciously recreate the past by not consciously creating how you want to be in the present. And that's what the difference between a regular habit and a holistic habit is. It's saying I create this habit so that way all areas of my life can be fulfilled. And because I love myself and my family, I'm going to create certain habits. So now I just gave you some general ones. I said the first major habit you want to build, is the habit of continuous learning, the habit of continuous improvement, the habit of getting better every day. So I said podcasts, books, those should be your best friend. You should be listening to podcasts so much you got calluses in your ear. I done motivate calluses into that. You should be listening to books so much that you've I've read that book already. You see, you talk about that book? I read that. Oh, you talk about that book? I read that. You talk about that book? I read that book already. You got to be such a serious student that you read that book already. You got to become such a serious student that you become the book. But listen, don't try to do it all alone. So another holistic habit is to learn to embrace the coaches. It's to learn to embrace the teachers. It's to learn to embrace the people who travel the path that you can learn from. So I said, listen, don't just try to do it all alone. So if you have a specific goal you want to do with your finances, you're trying to figure this, trying to figure that, instead of spending all your energy on finding out and then not even getting started, spend your money, which is energy, on the plan, right? Now you're able to move forward much faster, and then now you can build from that, elevate you to the next level. So I said one major habit is to learn how to invest in yourself. By investing your money into coaches and programs is going to help you prosper. So you're like, what is the next thing I should do? I said, listen, after you done make sure you got some coaches in your corner, make sure you make how you rise, your holistic rising routine, a priority. All right, make your holistic habit routines a priority. Somebody asked me what audiobooks do I recommend. I work on that. I work on a list. I work on a recommendation list. But I would definitely recommend that you all read Think and Grow Rich, The Richest Man in Babylon, The Power of Now, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Those were some really empowering books for me. The Art of Communication. Like I said, I'm going to create a list of books that you can get. So now I'll text you those books. So if you don't text me, you won't know about it because only the text tribe gets those exclusive stuff. So then I said, one of the major things is you want to not just rise up intentionally. Major habit routine, first of all, sponsored by the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe, Rise and Prime, make sure you join. You want to put certain things in that rising routine. So you want to journal, check on yourself before you wreck yourself. You want to plan, set goals, set objectives, set an action plan for the day. Not only do you want the goals, but you want to then listen to your vision statement to program your subconscious mind and how you're creating your life for the next 5, 6, 10 years. So not only do you listen to your vision statement in the rising, but you want to do mindful movement, breathing and moving, massaging, mindful movement. And then you want to also personally develop. So you want to take the first habit, put it in the routine. So you want to do personal development. How do you grow that day? And then I said the power of life and death is in the tongue. You want to speak affirmations, right? And then I said, listen, not only do you want to speak these powerful affirmations, then you want to take your life into action so that way when you step outside, you outside with it, baby. So now you want to be outdoor in nature. I said you also want to make sure that you become a juicer by getting you a juicer. Make juicing part of your lifestyle. Then what else did I say? I said not only do you want to make juicing part of your lifestyle, but do intermittent fasting. I said not only can you do that, I said make sure that you start to do the gourmet salads, man. Start to get more raw foods in your diet. And I said, listen, if you want a gourmet salad recipe, I got these secret codes. And these secret codes include the salad recipe. So once you text salad to 561-510-9605, I'm going to send you a free salad. Okay? And that's about it. So now, those are the holistic habits that are very powerful, that's going to transform your life. I've said them so many times in so many different ways. If you hadn't heard me by now, you're going to keep hearing me again. Now, I want to shout out to everybody watching. Don, you did say you want to work on your vision statement. What I recommend, brother, is hire me for 1 hour and we'll go through whatever you need. I actually offer life coaching sessions. People are like, yo, podcast so powerfully. That's why I said, listen, pay for the support, right? Join me. Go to my website, theholisticmotivator.com/book. Book a 15-minute consultation. But if you want specific work on many different things, work on your brand, mindset, different things you need a little help with, instead of you trying to figure it all out, spend a little bit of money, invest into it, and then you're going to get some time where you can work directly with me on whatever it is that you want. So you want to work on your vision statement, you need some more assistance on that, I got you. You want to work on your branding, your marketing, I got you. You want to work on building a system for your business, I got you. theholisticmotivator.com/book. Okay, you can also text me and ask me about my coaching services. So I offer that. These crystals, I got them from Life Gardening Tools. At Life Gardening Tools, he has a beautiful store here in Florida. So he also has Etsy, but he has blessed me with these amazing crystals. So I want to thank everybody for tapping in, and I want to let you know that this episode of Ed Talks Daily is always sponsored by the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. And if you're hearing this now, you've probably heard this 1,000 times already. But the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe is a community of healers and seekers of holistic wellness who come together to grow and learn and become better every day as they grow their brand. So this has encompassed a lot of the habits I talked to you about now. I literally become a support system to help people build those habits. And I've organized that support system in the format of digital courses, of videos, of graphics, of text message reminders, right? So people are now able to transform their life, guess what? Through the tribe, because their routines start to change, their habits start to transform. Okay, so you can get a free 7-day trial to the community, to the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. Listen, it's free for 7 days. What if you, look, for those of you looking to detox, looking to fast, you don't know how to do it, I got that on there. For those of you who was talking about what are the book recommendations I have, I got the book club on there with 5 or 6 books, with the audio, with the PDF, and the reviews, and other people talking about it and relating it back to their life. All of that is available in the tribe. And not only is the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe got the book club, we got the Rise and Prime session. So like people like, yo, I need to build that routine you're talking about. I want to adopt some of those habits you're talking about. How can I do it? I can't get myself to get up in the rising. I can't get myself to do. That's why you hire a coach. I'm telling y'all. I've seen people come for like a week and they're like, man, I've never been able to wake up at 7 a.m. I've never wake up at this time. Now I'm up. I'm moving, my energy's better. I was depressed, now I'm not anymore. I was anxious. I've seen it happen before my own eyes, over and over and over again. So I know what I've cultivated, what I created, what we've created works. But most people are not, they're like, I don't know, I don't know about Zoom, like I don't want to be on. Listen, you can hide underneath the curtains if you want, or you can participate. But you just show up, somebody like, all right, how do I do it, man? You've been talking about this for so long. Listen, don't get frustrated. Get excited. Get excited. I'm telling you. First of all, the community is not just because of the transformation that happens, but the people you meet along that transformation. Because that's what this community is about. It's about being able to collaborate with like-minded folks, like-minded light workers. If you look in this live video alone, in the chat, wherever, the community, you're going to find certain people that resonate with you because there is a frequency and energy that I put out that attracts certain people that feel the same thing I feel, and that cultivates a good amount of people who are very like-minded. And that creates a beautiful way to collaborate, grow, and learn. I always say this, we're like in the 80s. And some of the people you're meeting now are gonna be like the people who like lead our world. But it won't look like it when you first meet them. It's gonna feel like it. You're gonna be like, there's something special about this person. You're gonna meet them, but they're where they're at, they're gonna be in their growth process. But most people, they're like, oh, I'm so like attracted to this person with like 1 million followers. But I'm telling you, you better look at that person right there with 500 who you could resonate with. You better look at that person right there with 6,000, because that person right there is gonna be a very big, impactful leader. And why don't you communicate with them while you're on the come up? It's like Tupac and Biggie. You're like, yo, you wanna be in the come up. You wanna come up with them. You wanna grow with them. Now, once you transpire to this next level, you're doing book collaborations with those people. You're doing retreats with those people. So that's really the vision of the community. Is think about it, the 80s of the healers and the wellness entrepreneurs, of the coaches, of the motivators, all happening in one place. So guess what? I won't ask you to pay me anything. I'm just gonna say 7 days, try it out for free. Okay, and come every day. Even if you can't, you can listen to the recordings. You can watch the recordings. So much resources in one place that you're gonna be like, whoa, I got so much stuff here. Let me use it. So if you've been holding back, you feel like you're not ready, you're never gonna get ready unless you get ready to start. To start is the process of getting ready. To put your feet in the water is getting ready to get in the water. It's not to stay outside of it and contemplate and think about it. Should I? Could I? Can I? You have to say, I'm ready. Today is the day. Today is the day I joined the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. I'm not just gonna be a merely person that just comes for the free sessions. You know what? I wanna come every day. I wanna have access to the offline community, because I understand the beauty of community, the beauty of having a tribe, the beauty of vibing with the community. I also understand the beauty of investing into my personal development, into my mental health, into learning a healing practice like Qigong. Like, just the Qigong itself is beneficial. If you learn that, that could transform your health for good. So don't hesitate any longer. Go to holisticlifestyletribe.com to join the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. Start your free 7-day trial. And if you're serious already and you're already part of my text messaging community, text tribe to that number, and then you're gonna get a link where you can actually join the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. So listen, y'all, the time is now. Listen, you're gonna regret 3 months from now not joining today. I promise you that, because it's just so powerful every single day, so powerful. And the information, the people that I'm gonna bring in is even more powerful. Okay, because now we're gonna get some master teachers to come teach you. We're gonna get some master healers to come help you with your healing journey. We're gonna get some branding and marketing. So we're mixing both the business and the education on wellness. So some of you right now, maybe you sell herbs. Like for instance, my brother Don, you sell sea moss. But if you look at it, selling sea moss is a great benefit to somebody's health. Informing them about why they need sea moss is even more beneficial to somebody's health, because now they're changing their mentality and philosophy, and you're not just providing the product. So not only do you want to sell a product, even if you sell candles, even if you, whatever you sell, whether you sell crystals, if you talk about wellness, the mind, the body, the spirit, if you just start talking about what you've been learning, you're going to get more sales in your business, because you're helping people understand why they need what you got. And you're educating and teaching, and you're building a brand. You don't want to just build a brand like buy my sea moss, buy my crystal, buy my candle, or sign up for my wax services, right? You don't want to just tell the person to buy it. You want to gift them some inspiration, some knowledge, some wisdom. So you acquire both the business knowledge of how to sell your product, but then you also acquire the knowledge on how to sell yourself. And that knowledge is acquired by experiences, by the stuff that, a lot of the things that you've been learning from this podcast are shareable. And if you started making little videos with them, you'd probably get a lot more people to join your community. You'd get a lot more people to want to support you because they can't wait for your next video, your next content. So now, of course, they want to buy your sea moss more. They already need it. They're already looking for it. That just separates you from the next man. So this is what you want to do. Some people, they just say, okay, I just want to focus on how to sell this product, and they never build themselves where they are eloquent to speak, to have the confidence, to have not just the confidence and the eloquence of speaking, but the information and the education to transpire and help transform. So you want to be a transformational being. So you're not just in the business of selling a holistic product, you're in the business of sharing holistic inspiration, motivation, uplifting the masses. So that's another thing, creating content. This just little piece I just gave you. If you listen to me and you made a 1-minute video about what you learned about you and life today, you're going to see the difference. I give you all of that more organized strategically in the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. I call this the holistic branding, holistic system creation, creating a system for your business. How do you gather leads? How do you gather the people who might want to take advantage of what you have to offer? So all of this is all included in the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. So whether you have a skincare business, whether you have a crystal business, whether you have a coaching business, whether you're a personal trainer, whether food is your thing, whether you're a dance instructor, whether you're a Pilates instructor, all of these things are all applicable in your business. Maybe starting a podcast around your niche is exactly what you need. So what if you got the insight on how to start a podcast and streamline the process? All of that is included in the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. So that means it is very, very useful, and you don't want to miss out on that. So make sure you go to holisticlifestyletribe.com in order to sign up for your free 7-day trial, or text the word tribe to 561-510-9605. So that's my message, and I am sticking to it. It's the Holistic Motivator, and I want to remind you that you have the unlimited power in you to create the holistic habits that's going to transform your life. But first, you have to believe that new ways of living, new ways of being is available for you. Understanding the habits you build are also building you, and you have the opportunity and the power to build those habits. You don't have to subconsciously relive them. You can consciously build them. And until that happens, until you believe that that's the case, until you transform your mentality, the world forever miss all your talents, your gifts, and all the great things that you can offer, because you're going to be so busy doing things that does not serve you with the essence that you have. So you want to organize your essence and put it into the right process consistently, like to get where you want to grow to. So remember, powerful beings, let your light shine. Don't hide it. Don't dim it. It's the Holistic Motivator. Listen, I want to remind you to stay blessed. Stay in your power, man. And subscribe to this doggone podcast. And yo, if this was powerful for you, make sure you leave your boy a review, okay? So go to edtalksdaily.com/reviews. Leave a review so, this thing could grow. A lot of people just say, like, I thank you, man. Great podcast. Okay, that's awesome. But you ain't leave me a review, though. How about you put that in a review? So, yeah. So make sure you go to edtalksdaily.com/a-review and leave a review, okay? If you're watching on Instagram, Facebook, or listening, you've already listened to the podcast. All of it is the podcast. All the live videos, all of it is the podcast. So edtalksdaily.com/reviews, and you're gonna be able to support and help grow this mission. So stay blessed, stay in your power, and don't forget to text EdTalks to 561-510-9605. Peace.